So that's the reason why many nations, like I was saying before, even willingly devalue. Japan had consistently over the years, if you know, refused to allow the yen gain in value against the dollar because they want to promote export. And unfortunately, the past few months, what we've seen is that exporters being forced to even sell their money at the pegged price and then get things in the...
Is the climate there for people to thrive?
Infrastructure to make...
Ease of doing business.
To manufacture.
It's not there yet.
Look at these airlines that have given notice that they're leaving Nigeria because they cannot get their money.
Thank you, Madam. See,
are they going to now say, okay, because of this new policy, we're not going away?
Yes, I will explain.
Please explain.
I'm happy you asked those questions. And I'll start by saying, as this morning, economists put up a story about Venezuela. Venezuela airport is now dried up. No plane is flying into the place. That was where we were heading to with what we were doing before. $600 million worth of airport earnings is still lying down in our airline earnings lying fairly in Nigeria. But what it meant right now is that this money can go into the system and be changed into dollar. However, at a lower rate, at some kind of loss to those guys in terms of discount. In fact, one of the requests that the manufacturers, the LCCI, took to CBN yesterday, from what I'm privy to, was to ask the CBN to allow the backlog of demand, which is up to about $5 to $9 billion right now, waiting for conversion, to go through at the hold rate to avoid this kind of thing. But that is not. That's definitely not going to happen. The CBN, actually, from what I heard, I don't have official information. It actually possibly declined that. And
so are you saying, therefore, that those airlines are going to reverse their earlier decisions?
Of course, because once the market is free, what we are saying is you can at any point in time move your money in and out without any encumbrances that you had before. That is all that matters.
Banks are threatened because of this policy.
What we had before is a situation where you have to be looking for ways to make sure you get the currency. It wasn't there. Okay. But right now we are saying it's going to be there.
Options.
So one critical question you've asked, which I wanted to allude to, in addition to what you have said, is that where is the money going? Where is the currency? Where is the currency going to come from?
Yeah.
Yes, fine. One of it, he has fundamentally answered them, which is bringing our export back and all of those kind of things. Those are
but that's not going to happen overnight.
Bringing it back is going to make
in the immediate.
Yes.
Depending on how this policy springs out, one of the major factors is how much we can meet the waterfall of demand that is waiting for Monday right now. Because that is reality. Like Mr. Fashua said, right now the banks will tell you there are people pulling in demand. And that demand is estimated up to 9 billion possibly. However, some of this money are possibly speculative. Those who are bought at 150, those who are bought at 199, who are seeing an opportunity to offload at 300, they are seeing an opportunity. They will bring their own money into the market on the supply side. And those who have been waiting, including the airlines you mentioned, they also want to immediately use the opportunity to come out. So there will be a middle ground. And so the challenge for the CBN is to be able to bring money to the market enough on Monday and the next week to ensure we can clear this backlog within this system efficiently. If we are able to achieve that, what we will see is a situation where, first of all, foreign portfolio investment is likely going to begin to flow if we do this efficiently. Why? Because out there in the world, interest rate is zero. And you can reasonably, in some countries, Japan is negative. So the carry trade opportunity that we have right now is huge.
We're going to be winding down now. Let's quickly go back to Abuja and Mr. Fashua. We've heard they talked about how do we ensure that we really have something to export to get these dollars. What would be your closing remark on this?
Well, I think to a large extent, we should probably focus more on impulse substitution. A lot gets said on, diversification of the economy, and many times what I see us doing is trying to pigeonhole the economy to say, let's move into solid minerals, let's move into this. That's pigeonholing. What we should be thinking about, again, remember what I said, we are running a Naira economy, and Naira is a sovereign currency. We should focus more. If you have Naira now, you should keep your Naira pay for your naira expenses rather than try to run into the dollar and run out of the dollar because they're trying to make a quick gain, which a lot of people, some people are trying to do. You know, it's their risk, and they're going to, you know, however it pans out. So what I think we should do is actually to look at, apart from the issues of, you know, reducing our refined oil importation, reducing food importation and all that, we should actually critically look at what do Nigerians need. And we would have to supply those things that Nigerians need locally. Remember, there was a time there was a slight ban on furniture making and furniture importation in Nigeria. And because of that, a number of companies that I know sprang up, and some of them are still doing very well today. Manufacturing here, a lot of Chinese people are here assisting them to do a lot of things. Some Italian companies actually moved down and they are doing a lot of things. So it's possible in Nigeria. We shouldn't actually give up on ourselves. I think one of the things that will help us also is, you know, remember the Chinese deal that the federal government was supposed to have entered into, and then we stopped hearing about it. Yeah. It is even not really a big deal. Countries like South Africa, Egypt, and Algeria, they have entered into this same deal with China. 25% or 20 to 25% of Nigeria's importation now today comes from China. But what happens is we have to look for naira, convert into dollar, then from dollar convert into yuan. Why don't we strike that deal and actually finalize that deal so that we can actually have a direct link between the naira and the yuan? You know, that will also reduce this is the right time to do such a, because it reduces the pressure on the naira. So export reduction.
Thank you very much. Your your parting shot.
I think we have one more opportunity to begin to move this economy forward faster than we have done in the last 10 to 12 months. And the biggest challenge we have, the opportunity, to build on this opportunity is to begin to now lower the other constraints. Infrastructure especially, which will begin to open up the economy. Right now, we already have a market economy. The bigger challenge we have is the constraint. FX is one pricing mechanism. We've taken that away through this FX issue. We've done also that with the petroleum subsidy and the rest. The next issue is to deal with power by also breaking the constraints in that sector. Let everybody get power everywhere they can get it.
And
let us also begin to build on infrastructures. Okay. Everybody will export.
As Monday approaches, the whole nation looks with hope. But I want to say that it will not be El Dorado on Monday. There may actually be some, halting processes we'll go through before it gets better. Okay. But ultimately, if we create transparency in this new policy and drive, bad behavior away and make FX available as much as possible and bring in liquidity through autonomous sources, MoneyGram and the Western Union, FDIs, FPIs.
So people can start sending money home again.
That way, liquidity resumes. And many Nigerians who actually began to save their money in dollars, sorry, we must bring it back to naira, because if you don't, this thing will fall on you. So I encourage people, at some point we said $20 billion were saved by Nigerians in their dorm accounts in Nigeria. We're going to begin to see a reversal of that. Okay. Over a few months, things will get better. Okay. Naira may not be at a very great value now, but if we do the right things, as you said, it will get better.
Thank you very much.
That's a great place to leave
We have been chatting with 3 economists, Mr. Bayo Durudola, Orji Udemezue, and Tokwe Fashua, who joined us from our studio in Abuja. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming to paint this rather optimistic picture for us. And we're all looking forward to Monday.
It's positive.
With hope.
It's a pleasure.
And we're hoping that our economy will be reflated through this new policy. Thank you very much. Yeah. Sunrise will return in just a moment with yet another interesting conversation. Please make sure you're part of it.